championships for New York States. So this is going to be an interesting match. So we've already seen Justin Bakari take down one Night March deck in the top 8 in his top 8 matchup against Andrew Menza. Now he's playing against Nick Chimento. Nick is running substantially different Night March deck, which is not something I thought I would ever say with validity.
Yep, he's running Night March with Cobalion EX.
So Cobalion EX is a super cool guy. I've always believed it's a good card without a home in a good deck. It has one metal for it can do 30 and discard a non-basic energy from the opposing from the defending Pokemon. So I asked Nick a few minutes ago, what is the #1 thing that people who are watching this should watch out for? And he says, turn 1 battle compressor. Here we go. He's got 2 of them.
Double.
So
ooh, interesting. Why did he
double
discard
compressor? Yeah. So Justin's even like questioning it. Like, wait, what? Why'd you do that? So
1, 2. If he has 5 Night Marchers in discard already, maybe he has a bunch in his. Oh, he has a lot in his hand.
Oh, I was gonna say he's either got some in his hand or he's got 2 Lampents prized. So he's got 5 in discard and he's gonna Juniper.
So
now
he's at 7.
I'm gonna go back to counting on my dice, right?
So he may actually have a few Night Marchers prized. That's the only thing that makes sense to me. Is that he has a lot of Night Marchers prized, which would be very unfortunate for him. But
so let's think about this, right?
It'll be 4 Night Marchers prized, which would be pretty crazy.
But it's also about that not wanting to burn through all his resources. There is no doubt in my mind that Nick has perfected this trying to burn through his resources at the fast enough rate.
Nick is like, I would say he's probably one of the better players on the East Coast right now. He's
super good.
He got 2nd last week. I beat him.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, I beat him in the finals last week.
Oh, nice.
Of states, and then now he's at the finals again.
So Nick and Justin are very similar in that they don't play a ton, but they're very powerful players. They're very skilled players. They both come from families that are good at Pokemon. And the cool advantage in my mind is that you can sit down and play live games with people whenever you both have the time, and if there's not the coordination, who's going to whose house or something.
Yeah, the Bakaris and the Chimentos are both huge Pokemon families. Like Justin's sister and brother are both very good at this game.
Yeah, so I think we mentioned before that Zach top 4 at Worlds, Nadia I think top 8 in more than one nationals. That I could be exaggerating slightly, but between the 3 of them, they had tons of regional and states placements and wins. So it's never a surprise to see one of them in cut. If you know Johnny Blaze, John Chimento, you are not surprised to see weird decks. Wow, so Justin makes a play that is kind of good, but kind of scary. Going turn 1,
very risky
trump card. Stoke.
Sort of though. It's like
Tails.
He has 2 battle compressors. He has 3 battle compressors in his deck, so you know they're not in his hand.
Yeah, but
so it's like
if he's got a Juniper, which I almost always assume they do.
But it's like he's also not setting up, which is so scary.
Yeah, because this could be like we could watch the game end here. That's terrifying.
Yeah, not ending there or playing a Juniper is like super.
I don't think Justin had anything else though.
No, he has an N in his hand.
Oh gosh.
He has multiple N's in his hand. If he.
Okay, so we have to take down our volume a little bit so the players can't hear us. So yeah, it's risky to not play a constructive supporter, is what I would call them.
Yeah.
Okay, so there
He's
got
basically
Dimensional Valley.
That could pay off or it could backfire.
Yeah.
It all depends how well Nick is able to recover.
One of the things that goes on here is if that Charizard can get max potions, Justin has a good life. So something that's matchup dependent is that Justin did not Spirit Link his Charizard. That Spirit Link is not in the deck for Charizard, but there's often situations where you'll want to make sure someone doesn't get head ringered or jamming netted. So they're good for that. Ouch. So Justin loses his energy cards.
This is rough.
This is abysmal bad for Justin.
Oh my god. Yeah, and he just battle compressor last turn for 3, I believe. You have to, after the trump card,
if he
the computer search for it.
He hit for 80 with Night March, so now he's going to hit for 80 with Night March, and it's going to get a KO on that Spritzy.
That's really abysmal for Justin, because he's already struggling to set up, and now he's behind energies.
It's also super difficult to fall behind on prizes against Night March, because his 30 hit point Joltik is going to knock out your 210 hit point whoever. Mega Manectric in this case.
We're probably just going to see MewEX take out the Aromatisse, and then Justin's going to try to use, maybe he'll
So
use
we're seeing 2 Colress in Justin's hand. That's interesting knowledge.
Yeah, I think he's forced the teammates here though for Baby Xerneas, and
no, it's not teammates, it's Pokemon Fan Club.
Sorry, Pokemon Fan Club. I'm assuming he should get Baby Xerneas and maybe a Spritzy, or Baby Xerneas and a high HP basic, or double Spritzy.
I think double Spritzy. I'm biased in favor of double Spritzy at all times. So
I don't hate the Geomancy Xerneas.
I don't either. It speaks to how long the game is going to go, right? So, Ray, have you heard of the Who's the Beatdown article?
Yes.
Yeah, so here the question is, who's the beatdown? And Nick is the beatdown. So Justin's saying, the game's going to go a long time. If I'm going to win it all, I'm going to prepare myself as best as possible for that to happen. I think it's okay.
I think both are fine. I think it all depends if the Charizard gets knocked out. If the Charizard gets knocked out, you really want to have that Baby Xerneas push active so you can set up.
So double Spritzy takes an option away from Nick, which is Lysandering around.
That's what I was going to say. Is if that happens and the Charizard gets knocked out, and then he doesn't find a second Spritzy for the next turn,
so
he's in a rough spot.
I would not be surprised if Nick was running 4 versus Seeker in order to get back that Lysander that he's now, made live for the versus. Oh jeez, immediately he's not going to risk getting Quaking Punched.
No, especially since there's rumors like he probably doesn't know that Justin doesn't play DCE.
And I mean, just theoretically, Justin could. We just haven't seen it yet.
Right, like
that's the other scary thing. Like, all it takes is
and it plays around trump card. Like he just got trump carded.
Yeah.
So by BS the Lysander plays around trump card.
Very, very solid. I mean, he knows that trump card is an option because it's showed up in this game already.
Did Justin shuffle his trump card back in by accident?
I believe so. One sec. Doug, where's Justin's trump card? Oh, okay. Oh, we didn't see it. We thought it went away. Okay, it was just slightly off camera. It did not get shuffled in incorrectly. So, a few times we on camera have thought they were judging errors when they were not, and I'd encourage you on stream watching and then your future stream watching to realize that, hey, sometimes things look wrong when they're not. I've been on the freak out end of the stream inappropriately myself. So, okay, so some more Night Marchers going to the discard pile. Got Nick drawn some cards.
Nick's he's pretty set.
He's pretty set. So one of the cool things about how Night March operates versus how, let's call it Stage 1 attacker decks operate, is that having a MewEX with energy and 1 Joltik is enough to keep Nick pretty confident that his stuff is going to go off, even if the worst part gets knocked out. Whereas if you're playing, let's say, Flareon, oh, I need to have a Flareon or an Eevee on the bench ready for when the one I have out gets knocked out, because otherwise I don't have a follow-up. So Nick is, I think, appropriately playing patiently, right? It does 100 damage, so it might get max potioned away. But he's not getting knocked out in return by Justin, so what does it matter?
He had no other play. There's actually no other play besides Assault Laser.
Yeah, not Assault Laser.
Or, no, the first Overrun. That's like the only other viable option, I think.
I think depending on what I saw for my own future, would dictate whether or not I like to Overrun more. Because Overrun might turn into one-shotting somebody later versus two-shotting somebody now.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that Night March is just like the correct play almost 100% of the time there, only because you could even get trump carded again and you want the 100 damage on it so you can more easily...
Yeah, but I think 100 is more likely to get a
max potion
away.
It's hard to say though, because like if I was Nick, right? If I was Nick in that scenario, if you the S-Seeker for your trump card, you're not playing a supporter, which means you have to have the max potion in your hand. So it's like...
Okay. That's fair. There's... So... There's... Oh... Does Justin have to comp search for an energy card?
Oh. It looks like he's going to do that.
Okay.
Nick having Cobalion in his deck also makes like having special energies and like attached to your Pokemon kind of scary, but I'm pretty sure it's just gonna get to the point where Nick's one-shotting everything anyways.
Yeah, it won't matter. Like, we're all excited about this Cobalion that is 99% not gonna matter in this matchup, number one. Number two, it might not matter, like, in this whole tournament for Nick. Nick was on camera with me before saying that he just didn't play against the decks where it's super good.
Yeah, he said it was only good against Mirror Match, just because he got rid of their DCEs.
That makes sense. Let's back up for a moment. I didn't have that part of the talk with him. I'm astonished that mirror matches are not just slugfests where one person KOs the other, KOs the other, KOs the other.
Oh, it was turn one. If you attach DCE, he said that his opponent attached a DCE to Mew, and he couldn't Night March it to death.
Okay.
So he just got rid of the DCE. And
I had a really abysmal Night March mirror match against Robbie Weidman at a City Championships, where we both basically sit there. Like, he had Night Marchers in discard pile, but no energy, and I had energy, but no Night Marchers in discard pile. It was just embarrassing. Okay, so this is troubling for Justin, but he's got some stuff.
Did he not hit the Fairy Garden? He's forced to Assault Laser that to death. I mean, I think that's what he's going to do anyways.
Counter stadiums are just good. Like,
yeah.
Like, knock it out.
He's losing all his energies on this turn, most likely.
Well, Nick is at 2 cards, and there are 4 Night Marchers in discard.
Only 4? Are you sure? I thought he did 100 to the Charizard.
But he had a Muscle Band.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so
he needs quite a bit more.
So...
Ooh, I think that's a Battle Compressor.
That is a Battle Compressor.
Oh, God.
Battle Compressor, Acrobike, Ultra Ball. Go, go, go. Okay, so... He's 10 damage short right now. 1, 2...
He's playing pretty fast. I think he might have it.
I would be surprised if he, like, Ultra Balls a guy away.
Okay.
Boom.
Yep.
On to the next one.
Justin scooping here is completely fine. There's no way he wins that matchup. Or that game.
No, like...
In any scenario.
He sees the opponent's about to attack for a game. I thought Nick had 2 prizes.
Oh, okay. Sorry. I thought he had 3.
I agree with your assessment, Raymond.
I thought he had 3.
Okay.
I'm blind.
It's okay.
That's why I need my glasses.
Yeah, but either way, there's just enough attackers with enough energy on board that there was no coming back from that.
There was no coming back from that. That game was... It was over from... I think it was over from Justin's start. Like, his turn 1 is very bad.
Yeah, like, with a little... I think there's also the possibility, the realistic possibility, Justin could have played a different supporter on the first turn and had just as bad a game. Yeah. I don't think he dug his own grave by any means.
No, I don't think that, but playing the trump card turn 1 was very risky, and it ended up not paying off for him.
Yeah.
Because he couldn't set up.
Okay, so they're shuffling up. So, both want to make sure they have a nice mix here, because drawing 5 Night Marchers is not a good opening hand usually.
Unless you have a Juniper.
Unless you have a Juniper. What hand is not good with a Juniper? The answer is 4 double colors and not an attacker that you want to put it onto.
I think even if you had an attacker,
the wonderful world of Lysander's trump card.
Does Nick play it?
No.
Okay.
So,
because I feel like if that ever happened, Justin would recognize that Nick is out of DCEs.
Yeah.
And that he probably
but Nick plays a healthy amount of metals.
Yeah.
Because he's not only trying to use the Cobalion for that that scenario that's not come up,
Right.
But he's also
using it to attack
using
with
it to
Joltik.
attack. Also, Cobalion resistant to Psychic, so it's pretty good in that matchup for against Night March. It seems like it'd be pretty good against Mewtwo but I could make a laundry list of cards that Nick is not gonna be primarily worried about.
I think this, like, I've tested this match, not like Nick's specific Night March deck, but just Night March, generic Night March versus Manectric Fairies when that was popular around cities. And Night March, like, it can hit like 210 pretty easily. Like,
I agree.
It was surprising. I was like, oh wow. With Bengal, it's like, it's not horrible.
Yeah, so Bangle does a lot of cool stuff for you against odd hit point guys because it is one less Night Marcher that you need compared to a Muscle Band. Against even hit point guys, Bangle and Muscle Band are equally good.
Yes. I also want to point out that I'm pretty sure out of the 3 games, I think it's 4 or 5 now that we've seen Justin play against the Night March deck, he hasn't set up Mega Manectric.
Yeah, and I don't think it's for lack of trying.
No, I don't think it's needed because like it's easy to hit the damage, but
I think you're creating a big hurdle for them to overcome. That's what I like about it. Like, from playing both sides of the matchup, playing down the Mega Manectric is not sufficient on its own. You need to pair it up with the trump card, and Justin's playing the trump card, so
it also forces them to extend, like, and if they happen to have like 1 Night Marcher prize or 2 Night Marchers prize or something, you can run them out of Night Marchers if you're lucky. If they overextend to kill the Manectric, and then you target down their Night Marchers and they run out. But these are all scenarios that. Wait. Okay. So he's asleep this turn. That's really bad for Nick.
But he plays Escape Rope.
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure he only plays like 1 or 2 at most.
Plus Computer Search.
Yeah, so he has like 2 or 3 outs.
And he has an uncanny ability to thin out his deck with Battle Compressor.
Yeah, it's not like a to me, it's a bad chances of hitting it, just because like.
Yeah.
It's like 3 outs, but at most.
So something that's not relevant. I don't think it's going to become relevant. Is these fairy guys are weak to metal.
That's pretty funny. I didn't think of that one.
Here comes Cobalion.
Cobalion with the muscle bands going in, doing 100 for 1 energy.
Yeah, it's Charizard food.
This is true.
So I spoke to Justin in between games, and we were talking about how important Charizard was in his game against Tristan. And it's just one of those things that you have to not subscribe to this notion that Pokemon X is in there for a certain matchup and it's not relevant the rest of the time. It's, it's use all the tools in your toolbox every single game.
Yeah, it's like the Dene, you put it in there for Yveltal, but it also helps you against a lot of stuff randomly.
Yeah. Leafeon and Flareon is a great example. It's in there for Seismitoad, but it's also fantastic against Night March that I now have 7 different guys to evolve my Eevees into that all can basically one-shot Joltik.
Ooh, did he have a supporter that turn?
Justin misses a supporter drop.
It looks like he put him to sleep, and then Geomancied. That's a really crucial flip.
So Nick has a Lysander. Could be.
I think Nick is going to take out the Aromatisse here if he can.
He's got a lot of options. I don't know how many Night Marches he has. I think he has like 3.
I don't think he's definitely not knocking out the Malamar, and I don't think he's knocking out the Xerneas as like with what his hand is right now.
Right, he needs it. Yeah. So, one of the things we can also notice here is the way that Nick is playing around his energy cards. Right, Nick is not going to attach. He didn't attach an energy to his active Joltik last time because he was not going to just let it get knocked out for free if Justin had something unexpected. Compressing.
The Night Marchers are coming in.
Earlier I made the joke that lightning Pokemon move from right to left. as I look at these like side by side card arts, that's all I can think about now is that apparently all Pokemon move from right to left. Charizard does it. Xerneas. Okay, so we've got the Muscle Band. So the signal to me is that if Muscle Band is going on Joltik, Joltik is getting a knockout because based on my earlier statement about the energy attachments. Ooh, also interesting is that we see a bike from Nick. I think that bike has fallen out of favor in a lot of lists with Acrobike, especially for decks that want to fill up their discard pile to make it into a resource.
Okay, I think I think Justin's going for the knockout, but I'm pretty sure he missed the sleep. He attached an energy. He could have put the Joltik to sleep. It's only matters like 25% of the time, but
yeah, that's fair. Oh, and actually it matters less than that, right? Because it would matter like 12.5% because Nick would have to stay asleep.
Right. Sorry. Yeah, that's true.
No, it's okay.
No, wait, that is the 25%.
No, because it's that he has to get 2 flips, 2 tails on Maximar or whatever.
Yeah.
Calamari Max? I don't know what it's called. Oh, no, it's in front of me. Yeah, Maximar was right. Yes.
Right.
Justin was so still, I thought it was a picture of him and not a video. Okay, so Mew is very ready.
Actually, one thing I just realized right now is that Aromatisse could have started attacking at some point if he like sets up another Spritzy.
Yeah.
Like he might have been forced to attack with Aromatisse. I think this game's over.
I have a hard time.
Malamar's actually not getting knocked out here, as it is because it has effective 190 HP.
Yeah, the resistance. The resistance. Brought to you by Jason Kaczynski. Okay.
Fun game.
So I
could hear Justin forcefully slam the cards on the table with the computer search.
Justin's getting his knuckles ready like that guy from that popular Netflix show about politics. I was going for a great reference and don't know what I'm talking about.
House of Cards.
House of Cards. Yeah. Thanks for the assist, Ray.
Got you.
Hyper hypnosis. So I feel like we've been really excited about 2 cards, one in each of these decks, that has not panned out to be that incredible in this matchup. Cobalion and Malamar, respectively. Oh, it was pretty okay one turn actually.
But I think Malamar isn't like super big, but it's really big when it happens. It doesn't happen much.
I mean, Cobalion is safely within the deck or hand at this point, so
yeah. I still feel bad for it. Like to me, it feels like so easy to win the Night March match because all you have to do is Toad with a trump card out, but you just can't get it.
Yeah, but I mean, there's like invisible factors, right? We don't know Justin's Ultra Ball count. We don't know. Yeah, we know he's running 2 Toads, but we don't know his stadium count, things like that.
Oh, Malamar, Faith.
So.
Rest in peace, Malamar.
Yeah, Malamar not even like getting to attach energy to put the Mew to sleep hurts. But I mean, Nick has 4 prize cards, so
I would have honestly considered just putting my faith in like computer. So why didn't he computer search that turn for an energy attachment? I just noticed that. What is his plan?
It could be the trump card DCE play.
If he plays the DCE,
we don't know still. I really enjoy the scenarios where you sit back and you say, well, a card exists in the Pokemon trading card game that could get the player out of the situation. Do they play it? And it's a reasonable thing here for that card to be in the deck. It's not the fanciful. Does this person know this card exists? Because we'll see that from time to time.
I guess we'll find out right now. If he doesn't have DCE, the game's over.
It's not like the
oh, he's probably gonna he could trump card maybe.
Yeah. It's not like when Jason plays the the Jolteon star down against Gino, and Gino's like, wait, what does it do? Okay, so Justin's Versus Seeker for N. He might have a second Versus Seeker.
I still don't understand why you wouldn't computer search for an energy last turn. Did he not? Did he attach one to Malamar? He didn't. I'm like almost 100% sure he didn't because it didn't. Nothing fell asleep. I'm pretty sure he had 2 from the turn before.
I'm really like
he computer search for trump card maybe.
Yeah,
What just happened?
I'm like super immersed in the Pokemon experience right now by hearing the TCG for Game Boy music.
Yeah.
Like, I wish I could go home and play against Justin on my Game Boy.
The dream.
If anyone out there listening can help this happen, I will pay you $30 like it's the cost of a Game Boy game.
Is it that expensive?
I mean, Game Boy games used to be that much.
Huh.
I mean, vintage Game Boy games are probably more expensive right now, but then, like, there's also, like, going out of business, GameStop is going to sell you something for $5. So...
Ooh, so he just...
Okay, so...
This is the story of Night March. You get trump carded and then you get triple battle compressor, it just doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Like he never got trump carded.
The most damage I've ever done with one of these decks, the turn after getting trump carded, was to do 190 to a Xerneas EX with Flareon. It's very difficult to get there.
I was testing this deck for like a little while, not the Cobalion version, just like Night March, just to see if it was good. And like my friends like get like so angry because I'd be like they'd trump card me and I would just be like, triple battle compressor, let's go. But I was playing with like Empoleon and stuff.
Yeah. Oh, I love Empoleon so much. I love Archie Trick so much. Pro tip for playing against me in the future for the rest of the season: if you're wondering if I'm playing Empoleon, it's a very good chance that I'm playing Empoleon, no matter what the deck is. Evil's all Empoleon, maybe. Dare me, I'll do it. Perfect for using Oblivion.
I go with computer search again.
So
he's at 4 Night Marchers right now.
Sometimes with Flareon, you'll want to trump card to get your resources back. People get really mad when you will trump card and the computer search is there.
If he has a battle compressor, this game's over. Like 1 plus the computer search because he just battle compressors twice. I see an acrobike. So it's correct. He's doing it the right way. You battle compressor first with the computer off the computer search to give yourself a higher chance of hitting the battle compressor off the acrobike.
No, I disagree because there's 1 less battle compressor in the deck.
But there's also 3 less cards.
But there's how many? There were 3 battle compressors. Now there's 2.
Actually, that's true. I don't know how that works. It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
Who cares?
Oh. Okay, so we have a New York State champion.
I'm actually curious on that math now.
I mean, it depends on how many cards are in your deck and things like that. I'm sure we could figure it out in Excel, but I'd rather go home or
eat food.
Maybe.
That's something we haven't done.
Someone,
all day.
Doug Marsoli handed me a slice of pizza. Yeah, I got the proud dad, Johnny Blaze, in the background. Doug handed me a slice of pizza before I started commentating, so props to him. Ray almost would have been handed that slice of pizza, but
I was like,
I'm favorite.
Not loved.
Okay, well, thanks for joining.